we'd systematically raped, pillaged, and plundered a tiny nation. And among those maimed and murdered, innocent children.
Well, I guess The Great or Wrong of the Right started more as an idea and a title, at first based on the beginnings of what has become kind of a horrendous proclamation of empire within this republic that is the United States. And so I guess when we decided to make a record, we initially tried to get a label deal in America and ended up in Germany with a label deal and a lot of support for what we're doing. And in a lot of ways I see that as kind of a certain form of dissent for, again, what has become a bit perilous in America. So The Great or Wrong of the Right describes both the idea of what we've grown up to believe is righteous and true to heart and true to free and liberate people and make things better in the world. And in a lot of ways, I think we've all woken up to this delusion that we are, in fact, imperialists, oppressing and setting up false regimes all over the world in order to control people and further annihilate ourselves in a way, down to a place where we will all become slaves. So The Great or Wrong of the Right is both obviously an issue of party and of placement culturally within the sphere of the world in its direction.
It was really difficult to try and conceive the direction to best head in after having a complete dismemberment. So it was a challenge to understand what felt right. And so the gut instinct was to return to the beginning form of the basis of inspiration that felt right. And so it became very primitive in the sense of linking onto very small, for me at least, musical things that felt right, that sounded like Skinny Puppy. And then from there, there was a lot of cool collaborations that happened with like-minded individuals that sort of understood the direction and were hoping to see it come to fruition. And that was quite exciting because there was a lot of people helping the fire to brew a new way, but yet it still felt uniquely Skinny Puppy. So where did the Last Rites footage come from? Cleveland, Ohio? And who shot that?
Jim Van Bebber and Tim.
Jim Van Bebber as well?
Yeah, it was twice.
Well, Jim.
Jim, thank you very much.
Yeah, Jim's always
He's
been around in the day.
You psychedelic hothead, you.
Everything around me seemed to move in slow motion.
Now we're just kind of like, ooh, should we say it? But I think we should.
I don't know the full story.
Well, all I remember is, because it was pretty, I was in my own little state, so I guess I can say it because I was in my own little state, was that basically Jim had come out with, was it a 3-camera shoot or a 2-camera shoot?
3.
It was a 3-camera shoot.
Ask Bill.
And Basically, there was psychedelics dropped before the actual film was put in the
By Van
cameras.
Beber?
By Van Beber and the
crew?
group, yeah. And they
Oh.
came off completely tripped out.
And so the end result is these new spasmolytic video.
So the end result is the spasmolytic video and the 16mm footage that kind of showed up of that.
That's awesome.
Which is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Seeing those shows was inspiring at this point in time, because I chose to kind of go back with this tour and try and be more intimate and physical and not relying on the big stage props and larger things. And so I think it's inspirational to look back and see where it's gone, and then it's also really challenging to take it to a place where it's more just about me as a person, which is something that I need to do, because I think in a lot of ways, again, looking back on those old tapes, I tended to hide behind a lot of masks on stage. And I found that with this show, with the Greater Wrong of the Right, there was a huge amount of like freedom that I found within the like character and within the performance, and it was something that was coming largely just from me, as opposed to just the props and the accoutrements that were on stage. Usually I'm absolutely mortified about looking at performance. Even when I was doing the '88 footage, like it was pretty painful at times looking at some stuff. It's just hard for me to look at it, but this stuff, it really flows and looks really good and represents the show in the way that it should be. So I'm quite happy with that.